It's 3:47 a.m. right now as of the time of the recording, and I want to talk to you about connection today. I want to talk to you about friendship. I remember in 2019, I got admitted in a hospital. Probably in the first time I remember after my childhood days. And the reason I got admitted in a hospital is because one morning I woke up almost without any ability to move my hands and legs. I was getting pains like crazy. Even if I moved a finger, it was pinching me like needles inside my body. I did not know what happened. I thought maybe I got a strain, maybe I slept in the wrong way. But then the second hand, and the second leg, and the first leg, and I did not know what was there. I wanted to pee. I wanted to go to the washroom, but I did not even have the strength. Even a 1 inch of movement while I was still in the bed was giving me tons and tons of pain in each part of my body. I did not know what was happening. Long story short, I somehow grabbed my phone. I called for help. My family members came, and immediately next day I was admitted to the hospital. And it was uncalled for. The doctors told me that I had urine infection, and as a side effect of that, it created something called reactive arthritis. So when you have reactive arthritis, if you never have had arthritis, honestly, I'm very happy for you. But if you have arthritis, but that's very painful. But if you have reactive arthritis, it's very painful. It makes you like a robot. You can't really move. You have to stay there forever, like forever and ever, and for days. If you had to go pee or if you had to go use the washroom, it was very painful. So I was at the hospital for days and days, and I remember I had to pause all my work. Everything was taken care of by my team, which I'm very thankful for. And all these needles and salines were going on. And I remember it was so painful. the veins and the hand. I could not eat. I lost my appetite. I was afraid of even drinking water because it would make me pee more. And I did not have the energy to endure more pain to go to the washroom with somebody's support at the hospital. That's why, even though I was thirsty, I was not drinking much water. Can you imagine how painful those days for me were? And my life partner was there, my family members were there. But apart from that, there was one friend of mine who was at the hospital. His name is Joy. Joy, as a friend, we have been friends for a couple of years, but I remember every single day, Joy, without me asking him to come, he would come to the hospital and he stayed there. I remember sometimes Anupama called Joy and said, "Hey, can you bring this orange juice?" Or my mother would call and say, "Can you bring some rasgulla for Bishal?" By the way, the doctor actually said that I could have all that. And after doing his work, Joy would absolutely bring all that, and he would stay with me, and he always told me, "Bishal, I'm with you, no matter what." And it's not a matter of just half a day or 1 day or 2 days. For about a week, I was at the hospital, and Joy was there with me. Not like every single moment, but he was there whenever I needed. At least he would come twice a day at the hospital. We would talk. He would, I would crack some jokes. He would crack some jokes. His presence made me feel supported. I'm sure there are some people in your life that the moment they come into your life, their presence also makes you feel comfortable. And his presence did that. Of course, all my family members, they were there. But Joy's presence, I understood that during that time, what friendship actually means. I still remember the day I was getting discharged from this place. If you know about anything about hospital, I mean, I hate hospitals, but um, it was taking a few hours for the discharge. The doctors was a little late because he was really a busy doctor. And I remember in the morning, my father was there. My pain really decreased like 90%. And I remember my father was there in the morning and Joy was there. And I still remember I was still on the hospital bed and on this private room in this sofa. There was a sofa and my father was sitting and Joy was sitting, and my father was sharing some of his knowledge about Ayurveda and meditation and all that. And I remember Joy very powerfully listening. In fact, Joy told my father, he said, "Uncle, because of your knowledge that you shared, every single morning after waking up these days, I have turmeric, I have lemon and water, and it's really giving me a lot of good benefits." And my father was very happy because Joy was doing that. So I got discharged and I came home and I was very happy, and bam, next morning I got the pain back to 100% again. What is happening? What, the pain is back? And at that time, if you know about me, I am absolutely against, painkillers and all those allopathic medication. But I had no clue. I remember at that time, I think, I forgot the exact power, but I think it was 950 power paracetamol. I was taking 4 of them per day under the doctor's prescription. Even after taking so much of medication, just the painkiller, and there was antibiotics, there was saline happening all day long. I was having more medicines than food for those 7-8 days. So I came back home. I had the pain back again. I did not know what to do. So what I did basically is, we called the doctor. I took an appointment with him, and he said, there are 20 different kinds of tests that you have to do to find out the root cause, blah, blah, blah. And so I was understanding that this is not exactly the doctor that I want to keep consulting with. So, after some discussion with my family, we find out another doctor, Dr. Shekhar. And so Joy took me there. I remember Joy, my father, and we went to the hospital, to his private hospital that he has. It's very premium level thing, that hospital that he took me to. I forgot the name. It's pretty close to a 5-star hotel, right? So I went there, and immediately the doctor came at night. And I remember Joy was there with me until I think 1 in the morning. And my father stayed with me at this hospital the whole night, because they had it's like a AC kind of, it's like pretty classy 5-star room. Of course, it cut my wallet also in the same way. I'm happy to pay for things that make me feel comfortable. But anyways, Joy was there the whole night. The doctor came and he really understood that it was a reactive arthritis, and he told me to take just 2 medication, and he told me some diet chart to follow, and he said the pain will never come back. Long story short, next morning I came back home. And the reason I'm sharing the story with you is because, of course, the pain never came back. So I have 3 lessons for you right now from the story. Number 1 lesson is that just because you are not sick right now does not mean you are very healthy. Because I take pride in taking good care of me, but I did not know some areas of my body and how it was deteriorating without my knowledge. Because when there is a problem inside, you sometimes don't see it on the outside. Right? Just like sometimes there is a small little, problem inside a food. You don't see it from the outside. That's the first lesson. Second lesson is, at that time, I really understood the value of systemizing the business even further. Because even without my presence, the business was running very, very smoothly. Things were running, going well. At the same time, I also wanted to know, I really want to thank all the people inside our mastermind just for those, 2-week period. I was not doing any calls, no conversations, no WhatsApp checking. And all of them were so supportive, sending messages and calls. I really thank them for them. And the third and final lesson that I share from the story is, real friends are not just the friends that show up at birthday parties. Real friends are friends who show up at the hospital. You will have a lot of people in your life, a lot of friends who will come and just share good moments with you. When you have an anniversary, happy birthday, they will come, "Oh, happy Diwali, here is the barfi, here is the laddu, here is the gift, here is the teddy bear, here's the sari, blah, 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 right? Let's go, let's have fun." All that is fine. And these are good friends too. But actual real friends are people who actually stay with you at the hospital. Not just who come and say, okay, what can I do? If you need anything, let me know. I'm just one phone call away. No, people who actually show up, who don't talk big things, but who actually show up. And I've had a lot of good friends, and I didn't, of course, inform all of them. I'm sure some of them would show up there as well if I just call them. But it's not about that. It's about the reason I'm sharing this message is Joy is one of those individuals who showed up without expectation, right? He did not want anything else apart from the friendship. So my question to you right now is, do you have friends like this in your life? Do you have friends who I call your 2 a.m. friends? I mean, if you have 10 to 20 2 a.m. friends, and if you create that in your life, people who will really show up for you if you have an emergency, I can tell you you're a very blessed person. But most times it's not the case. As a matter of fact, Nadi, if you're listening to this audio message, Nadi is one of our mastermind members. Nadi told me a while ago that his brother in his hometown met with an accident, and Nadi called his 2 best friends, Nadi's 2 best friends, to say, please help my brother. And nobody picked up, and that's fine because sometimes people are busy, people don't pick up. And Nadi said to me after that, he said, Vishal, when they didn't pick up, I just texted them, I WhatsApp messaged them, and I saw the blue tick. That means they saw that my brother met with an accident. And Nadi said, Vishal, to my surprise, my 2 best friends who I've been friends for the last 20, 25 years, 30 years, they never called me until 2 to 3 days later. And then they messaged me saying, oh, I was really busy. Sorry, this happened to your brother. I hope he's well. All the best. And he said, Vishal, that's the day I realized that some people talk a big game, but very rarely you get a good friend. And my friend, I want to give the same message to you, that life is not just about making money. Life is about making true connections. I'm very proud to say that Joy and I are good friends. You see, if you ask Joy, probably he will get emotional and he will tell you some stories about how I have helped him, how I have supported him. Of course, he has his bags of stories about his friend Vishal Sarkar. But I have my tool, my bag of stories about how Joy is a good friend. Do we fight? Yes. Have we had misunderstandings? Yes. But I'm committed to harnessing this friendship even further by being there for other people. And the message I have for you today is, before you have a 2 a.m. friend, make sure that you become a 2 a.m. friend. I still remember many years ago when Joy and I became friends after that. I remember Joy's mother was diagnosed with cancer back in the days, many years ago. And without Joy's, Joy didn't ask me to do it, but I showed up at the radiation center where she was getting the first chemotherapy without his knowledge. So see, you have to be there for people all the time, and not just with an expectation. Because when I'm showing up for my friends, I don't expect that, I'm doing it for them, so they will do it for me. No, I do it regardless, because that's what my mother taught me. My mother taught me, there is an old saying in Bengali, Dawar shomoy newar kotha bhabbi na. So when you're giving, don't think about how will you take from the same person. You give selflessly, and especially in the area of friendship, it's very vital. Because guys, I'll tell you this, before you know it, you will die. I'm telling you right now, before you even know it, you will die. And at that time, your position as a CEO or vice president or as a billionaire or as an author or anything like that, those things will not matter to you. Trust me. What will matter is who is going to show up in the last moments of your life. That's what I feel connection is all about. Connection is not just a surface level thing. The reason I over and over again say that public speaking is not about perfection, it's all about connection. That's what I mean by connection. Being there for people, and then people being there for you. And that's not something that happens overnight. It happens over a period of time, and you consistently invest in these relationships. I think a transformative relationship is where you have 3 G's. G. Give, grow, gain. Where you give, where you grow together, and then in return you also gain something, right? So this audio message is dedicated to some of my friends, but more importantly to my friend Joy. Joy, if you're listening to it, I know you are. I hope this message resonates with you as well, because my team probably will send you this audio as a gift, even though, you are a friend. This audio is probably going out only to our private clients, but or some of the people inside a program. But I want to say again and again and again that a true friend is not somebody who just shows up at a birthday party. A true friend is somebody who shows up at the hospital and keeps showing up in the bad time and the good time. And that's how good friendships are created. That's my tip for you right now. Hope this inspires you. Did not share any specific public speaking tactic in today's session, but I think today's audio is something that can literally change the trajectory of your life. Vishal Sarkar here, reminding you that public speaking is not about perfection. It's all about connection. Bye.